Kelly, you just mentioned very quickly, you mentioned garbage time, and every time you say garbage time is coming up, in just a few moments from now, I always think of BB Shea, and I don't mean that as a slack.
No, how could you?
I'm not slagging on him.
He starts garbage time on Friday.
Yeah, that's how we know. The work week is coming to a close.
It's over. Yes,
for us.
Yes.
But BB Shea happened to pass me in the hallway while I was waiting to play Put Up or Shut Up, and he had a bag of something that looked kind of like you would see a bag of popcorn. It was bigger than like you would see a bag of chips that you would get at a sub shop, but smaller than like a full size bag of chips. So it's in that middle range. And I said, I like BB Shea. I said, hey, what's in the bag? What's for lunch? And he goes, I don't know, habanero gummies, something.
A habanero gummy something.
And I went,
man,
that's what I'm having for lunch.
Habanero gummy.
What are the odds?
Yeah, it's BB Shea for you. Whatever he finds in his beard, it does have it.
It's like the bag might have just as well have said, I don't care.
It's potluck.
Girl lunch.
Yeah, that's
or gout in a bag.
Girl lunch for sure.
Here's this gout bag.
My daughter the other day, this is, what do they call it? Girl lunch, yes, or girl dinner.
Girl dinner, yeah.
My wife said, we were getting ready to have dinner, and my daughter said, I'm stuffed from lunch. And my wife said, what'd you have? And she said, Starburst. And it's like, that's all she had was Starburst.
Did she ruin her appetite?
Yes. And we're like, you can't just eat Starburst. And she goes, I count it as vegetables.
Yeah.
She felt like that was
because they're colored
fruits and vegetables. I was like, no.
Yeah, half a cheese sandwich, Starburst, and pickles.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, does your daughter play the game of she doesn't want to eat with Mom and Dad, but she'll make something later?
She does that a lot, where she'll eat when she gets home from school, for instance, at 4 o'clock, 3:30.
That's when you eat the Starburst?
That's when she gets Starburst. She's like, I'm just starved. She'll go, I'm starved to beat the band. She probably heard me say that. And she'll...
young people ought not say that.
No, she gets, 4 things out of the refrigerator. What Dave just said, popcorn, Starburst, half a ham sandwich. And then it's dinner time 2 hours later, and she's like, I simply can't. I'm stuffed.
Yeah, well,
she's
but then 9:30, 10 o'clock, she's making ramen.
Of course. And she exactly like my son used to do. Have
it's probably a better diet is probably eating when you get home and not having dinner
perhaps
later.
But it can't be Starburst and half a ham sandwich.
No, can't do that.
That's me for you. That's parent. Listen to this parenting fail I just had just moments ago. In fact,
really,
you know how texts will come in like one on top of the other, where you can't react to the next person. It's like 2 texts are sent almost simultaneously
from the same sender.
Yes, my son sent a text to my wife and myself, and the text said, "Good news! I won $60 on a Monday Night Football bet."
Son.
So I didn't realize my wife was copied on it, okay? Now, my wife writes back almost at the exact same time.
You're typing your response?
Yes, I was typing my response. My wife writes back, be very, very careful. I want to dissuade you from such practices. You will not always win, and it's troublesome that you're betting. Now, right on top of that comes mine back, which is, let it rain.
That's my boy.
I taught him well. He learned from the best.
This is a classic mom and dad difference moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a snapshot.
Yeah.
You got to play both sides of the field here.
I know. I didn't know.
You need to separately text him and say, make it rain. Go tell your mother.
I didn't know she was.
And then text her and say, we have got to have a talk with him.
We've got to. He's gambling.
What's that chicken place that you like, Biggie, out there? And
Raising Cane's.
Cane's.
Raising Cane's.
Yeah. He's going to Cane's tonight.
Oh, you know he will. Exactly. He didn't have to use his purple bucks now.
That's right.
Yeah. His purple bucks about gone.
Now, it's none of my affair, but is this birthday money that he gambles with? Or
he got $5 free from one of the gambling sites and has parlayed that into real cash. And because he took when the Broncos played the Dolphins, he put everything he had on the Dolphins.
5.
But because the Dolphins, he hit a parlay. He had Tyreek Hill getting enough yards, a touchdown, and he laid the points. And the Dolphins, if you recall, hung 70 on Denver.
Yeah.
And so therefore he made back, I guess, 20 or 25, and he put all that on the Monday night game and won that also. But what we have to do is say, temper that excitement.
Dissuade.
We dissuade. What did I say? What? That's
I have to give him points for coming off $5 like that. That's pretty good. I mean, he made bank on that.
He did. I mean, he started with 5. He's up to 6. Made 60 last night.
Because I can't imagine that his mother would be down for
she
him
doesn't care for
gambling
that,
with her money that she sends.
You heard the response. Right?
Now listen, I've gambled a lot of my life away.
Yes, you
in
have.
many different aspects.
Literally and metaphorically.
Correct. That's exactly right.
But I have a friend who, he made a good living for a while.
Yeah.
Just gambling. He knows sports.
I mean, if you really know what you're doing, but boy.
Even if you do, though, there
You
can't be
lose.
that many
You're always gonna
successful gamblers, right?
Very few. I mean, eventually you're going to lose. You just don't
You
know.
lose, but the ideas make more
Right.
than what you do lose.
I mean, look what
You'll
hangs in
always
the
lose.
balance. That Jets-Chiefs game the other night, Patrick Mahomes slides at the 1-yard line to end the game. The smart football play. If he wants to pad his own stats and score a touchdown, he goes into the end zone.
Yeah.
That changed the fortunes of half the people. Do you have the Chiefs covering the spread or not? And that made the difference right there. They won by 3 instead of by 9. The spread was 8.5.
Now, if I was an athlete, though, I would
you'd look at
live
that.
to ruin gamblers.
But who are you going to ruin? Half the people have the Chiefs. Half the people have there's nothing you can do.
Well, because you hear, when this stuff happens, they get tons of hate Twitter messages and everything.
Well, what you ruin is the fantasy football player because, he cost Mahomes owners 6 points, myself included.
Me too.
Luckily,
he has me in a tie instead of a win.
That's right. If he goes in,
If he goes in,
you win the game. That's right.
Or you gamble like BB Shea. He don't do the points thing.
He don't like the points. He'll call me out of the blue and say,
straight up,
let's
None of this
go.
points garbage.
No, and he loves to take an underdog too. He will do that. Now you can take money off BB Shea. You can. I've
Yeah, you
done
can,
that.
actually.
You can do that.